Hello world, Bob here. I come to you today from the Kirkby Slate Road, which actually is the other side of the hill to Kirkby. We're in the south of Cumbria. If I swing around that way a bit, you might be able to see up the wind turbines. That's Kirkby Moor up there. And as I say, this is the Kirkby Slate Road. It's only really used now for me going for a walk, access to the wind farm up the top, and farmers. As a consequence, it's not a particularly good road anymore, full of potholes. Anyway, we are up above the village hamlet, gathering of buildings called nether houses. A little bit further down that way, down in the mist, is Broughton Beck, the road from Ulverston to Corthwaite. So that's where we are, heading up the hill. The weather is not very nice, hence I am today Paramo man from almost top to bottom, apart from the hat. And I've got the boots on because I anticipate it being muddy. Might just go up to the top of Kirkby Moor, but I've also got a little bit of a mind to head slightly south down the moor and look for some ancient remains. There are three, I think, Neolithic, Bronze Age, I'll have to look them up, structures all within a close area of each other down there. I've never actually been and looked at, but I am intrigued. So we'll see how we get on. But to start with, I have to climb this road up to the moor proper. I'll speak to you in a minute if I haven't dissolved. Well, I don't know what this building is, but it's something to do with the wind farm. The control thing, you occasionally see vehicles parked here, and this is why I'm wearing my boots today. When my kids were little, we're talking 20 years ago now, I used to own a Land Rover, and rather than making them walk up this bit, I used to drive up here and then park on the embankment where that tree is. Just in front of that tree you can actually see a couple of tyre tracks going up the way, just coming around the wall now. Back in the days when really nobody ever came up here, and we didn't think we were going to piss anybody off by doing it. So here's the gate out onto the moor proper. No unauthorised vehicles or motorbikes permitted. They do have problems with motorbikes. Come out. There we go. Now, our ancient history that we're looking for is somewhere down here. I'm taking a bit of care here because I've only got my phone for navigation and it's not very good in the rain because the screen goes all twitchy. But what I'm looking for now, I'm trying to find a more obvious path. There were some footpaths earlier on. I don't know if you can see just down here. This is a path, and then it heads across the way, goes down in that direction where you can see, if you're lucky, looking the right way. Over there, where are they? There in the middle somewhere. There's a couple of sheep. Anyway, that path down there, we're going to follow that for a bit, see how we get on. Wish me luck. I think the path we want is over there. You can just make it out going up over that hill. We've got to cross a beck down here somewhere. Pretty sure that this is the path. And I'm reaching the point of diminishing returns, the point of no return. I'm wearing my spectacles at the moment. That does look like a path coming across from that side there. Maybe I'll head down that way, I think. Well, I've gone part way towards what I was looking at, but actually I think I might be able to get across there. Can you hear the water? I might not be able to through this microphone, but there is a lot of water running somewhere, and I suspect it's actually Where are we? That line there. We'll find out in a minute. I'm going to have to try very hard. You've got to be really careful on this sort of ground because you can't see the ground. It could be anything down there. Put your feet on. Yeah, there we are. There's all the watery noise. Make sure to step right over that. Not a lot. I hope. Right. Over that way somewhere. Off we go. Looking out for other streams as we wander. I hope this microphone's still working. It's getting wetter and wetter. The rain has eased off slightly. Famous last words. That time I looked at the map again to make sure I'm not going in completely the wrong direction. So it would seem I want to follow the beck that's over there somewhere in that sort of direction for a bit. Slow going, yes. Now, I think I said back there, and I was actually giving the camera recording, that I'm not actually terribly well equipped for today's little expedition. In terms of navigation, I've got my phone and that's it. However, normally I would have paper maps and physical magnetic compasses, proper outdoorsy waterproof GPSs and stuff, but this is a fairly confined area here. It's very bounded, only a couple of kilometres in any direction and you find something civilised. Plus, a bit higher up, I know quite well, know it of old, I found quite a good path here. So I am just exploring today. It's brilliant. I'm going to take these glasses off for a minute while I talk to you. Oh, that's better, it's all gone bright as well. Yeah, my million steps challenge is coming on well. I'm still on course for that. I'm a day ahead of where I should be. It's becoming almost addictive with all this walking, which is a good thing. I would really like to be able to keep this up afterwards because, for years you hear about this 10,000 steps a day being good for you and you wonder, and actually it is. It's really, really good for me. I keep, in the shower finding muscles in my legs that I didn't know were there. What's that? Oh, it's muscles. So, and mental health wise, this is brilliant. I mean, you look at the weather today, it's not good. It's not cold, but it's not particularly windy. It could be a lot worse, but I was sitting around this morning and I had to reconcile a credit card bill, that's always fun, and then send a message to a builder who I'm hoping will come and do some work on the house, and you look at the grey outside and you feel so unmotivated, and I just drove myself. I felt driven to come out for this walk, and now I'm out here, I'm feeling really energized. I'm feeling, ridiculous phrase, master of my environment. Although in reality, those sheep have got it, where are they? There, got it better mastered than I have. But just at the moment in this place, and I know there are dangerous places around and about, but this place isn't bigger than me. I've got this place. It's good. I'm going to have to consult my map again, because I don't want to walk too far along here. Zoom. Now what I'm looking out for now is a path junction, and I've got a little way to go before I get there, I think. But this looks remote. I suppose it is remote, probably always was remote. But this area, these hillsides here, are covered in very rich with your Bronze Age and your Neolithic remains. Lots of that funny old-fashioned squiggly writing all over the maps around here. And on this particular spot, what we have, from my very brief bit of research, the map just says stone circle. Apparently what's down here, we've got a Neolithic cairn. I don't know whether that's a burial cairn or just a marker. I would have to read some more. I'll let you do that yourself. Then something is called a circle cairn, and that's where the stone circle on the map is. And also a sort of way, I don't know how you describe it, a series of pairs of standing stones marking the path. And people have been around here a long time. Romans were here, and then people were here before that, because it's really rich in minerals. We've got iron and copper and all things like that, the makings of bronze. It was a centre for the production of bronze axe heads. This area, apparently, they used to get transported down to the shore and shipped off all over the world. Very, very long time ago indeed. More recently, Barrow-in-Furness, where they now make, which is down that way, where they now make nuclear submarines, they used to make railway lines. That was what they made their money from, train tracks. And those train tracks got shipped all over the empire. A lot of the world still runs on Barrow-in-Furness railway lines, and then they moved them to ships. So a lot of history around here. It's the first time I've actually set out to find any of it. There's a bird making a squeak over there. Obviously doesn't want me here, so I will keep walking. Now we look like we're coming to a junction. I anticipate these things being very difficult to see. There is no. I'm taking my glasses off now, by the way, so I might start pointing out things that aren't there. Right, time to look at the map again. Well, I haven't gone really wrong yet. I got across this stream, and then we should reach another junction. Ooh, gosh, right, okay. This is a bit more than the previous crossing line, just over that bit there, but this is why I wore my boots today. There is a lot of water around today. Oh, that way! Oh. Should we be dynamic? Should we be dynamic and leap over streams? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a measure of just how good it feels to be out in the fresh air. And the now slight drizzle. This is a big rock. Now I have to wonder whether any rocks around here are accidental as opposed to intentional. This is a big one. Put my hand on it there. That's a big beggar, that one. Well, there's a little drunken signpost out here in the middle of nowhere. That's got to be a junction, hasn't it? Famous last words. Very helpful. Gosh, right. So, yeah, there's the main path. Can't go that way. The guardian of the main path is blocking it, but there is, you can see it, another path through there. Turn around that way. I don't know, there's something just up through there, but whether it's a path or not, let's look at the map. Now, looking at the map, this processional way in one of the circles is down there. However, somewhere in that sort of direction is the other one. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow this track along, because according to the map, there should be a tiny path going up to the right that heads in the proper sort of direction. We'll head up that way. I can't actually see anything down to the left, but then I haven't got glasses on. I suppose there is you can see a ring in the bracken down there. Just almost on the edge of the hill there. Might be it. There's a path. Could that be it? Up there? Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look. Let's traipse off through the undergrowth. And then we can use the GPS and the map to close in. Where we're going, actually, there are quad bike tracks up here. You just make them out. I'm walking in the right hand one at the moment, curving round to the right and going up the way. Good sign. Some ancient Bronze Age windmills up there. Kept well, still working after all these years. Well, it wasn't that one up there because that's too far away. I'm not going to take the Ordnance Survey map as gospel. There's a pile of something there. I'm going to walk across to that because nothing else. I can stand on the top of it and look to see what I can see. There might be a path going around this way. I say path. I'm talking sheep tracks. Like sheep's. Just trying to avoid wading too much through the deep stuff, partly because I get my feet wet, partly because there might be nests in there, or holes in the ground, or crocodiles, alligators, fairies, more likely a problem up here. Look at this, the gorse is coming out. I love gorse. This is one of my favourites because it's just so yellow. It's yellow all in capitals. There's a little bit of heather out as well. The gorse is fantastic. This is looking good up here. This is looking pileless of stonies. Yes, I'm feeling very positive about this. I think, unless I'm confusing things, this is the one that's marked on the map as a cairn, and most of this has been rearranged apparently in modern times by people to make a shelter for hikers. And it's pretty blasted heath up here, you can see why you'd want to. So interestingly though, there is a definitely like a little rectangular chamber down here. What this has been. We'll circumnavigate all of this. As you can see, it's actually quite big if you take the outer ring there. I'm climbing on the bits where it's well overgrown, so I'm not going to be disturbing individual rocks, I hope. Yeah. These things are all publicly listed on the internet. I'll try, and I'm not very good at remembering to put these links and information and things on, but I say I will. It's quite a big area, really. It's me being in touch with, can I claim them as ancestors? Who knows? Did do one of those DNA test things a few years ago, hoping to be something, exotic. I'm about as Northern British as they come, basically. Northern British, Scottish, Southern Scottish, smidgen of Norwegian, of Viking. I'm hanging on to the Viking bit as being the most exciting. Oh, it's clearing up a tiny bit. I'm going to swap the camera off there. You can see Morecambe Bay now. Look at this. Just cleared up enough, perhaps you can view of the Jeep. Because it's very easy to suspect or to understand or think that these landscapes were like this when people were here and built these cairns, but I actually have no idea. It's a long time ago. Maybe this was all lush woodland. Maybe it was a beautiful place. Because right at the moment, it's blasted heath. We came down from up there somewhere. Right back round. Round and round and round. I hope this microphone's working, because if it isn't, I'm talking to myself. So down there somewhere, down there is where this other historical thing is. Let's go and find those now. I've been back to the drunken signpost. Now I'm walking down what, if the maps are right, this path should go straight through this processional way and then to the other stone circle or cairn or whatever it happens to be. What we're looking out for are small standing stones. Let's see what we can find. It's supposed to be about 6 or 7, I can't remember whether it was 6 or 7 pairs, 6 or 7 stones. form this sort of, I suppose, processional route. Almost a direct line between these two cairns. I don't know if you can see it, there is a hollow in the ground here, sort of towards those things. Let's have a look. More gorse. Nice. I pass between these two when I end up in Fairyland. Look at that. Good thing that somebody's put these on a sort of database and said that they are Neolithic. They're actually man-made. Somebody put them there because you would very easily sort of walk past them and just go, oh, there's a stone sticking up there. There we go. So that's sort of back towards, I don't know if you can see just there is a patch of, it's almost reeds actually, wet watery grass. That other cairn is just over the top there. If you squint, you can imagine you can see a sort of path between here and there. Now I wonder where we'll find, oh, I see some other rocks. Let's have a look. More yellow. That's definitely a sort of standing up stone, as is that. Another one there. Just look at the map, see where the cairn is now. The answer to glasses aren't there. That's a habit, isn't it? The answer is it's just over here somewhere. Not very far away from it. Maybe it's not as obvious as the other one. Actually, no, I tell a lie. Let me show you. Can you see it? Can you see the circle in the ground? All the way around there. The front of it, the first bit's just where this heather is. Just here. This is the front bank of it, climbing up onto one edge of it. Here we go, and it goes off. See some stones there, it goes off round there, all the way, just past the sheep, round there, past that little stone, back down here again. There it is. Just walk the outside of it now. I don't know, which way around the stone circle should you go? Clockwise or widishwise? Does it matter? I can be a bit OCD about these things. When I go up to up to the lighthouse, I have to walk around it clockwise because walking around it clockwise helps it to screw back into the ground again, and if I go the wrong way, then eventually it's just going to pop out and fall over. True, it's true. And you see the stone circle? We could call it a stone circle because there's not all that much stone in evidence, but there is definitely a ring. I'm definitely going around it. I think. I'm rubbish at guesstimating distances, but it could be 15 metres across, that sort of thing. Round. Far back off where we started again. I definitely hope this microphone is picking up my voice because it's windy up here. Windy, windy, windy. Oh, one last look at that. Interestingly, it's actually out of sight. You know, you probably can see the sea actually, to be fair, if it wasn't misty like it is. So, the plan now, I'm not going to trudge all my way back up this wet bog. I'm going back to this path that was just up there somewhere. I'm going to follow it across to the left there, and I'm going to join one of the more serious tracks that leads up to the Windy Mills, just for the sake of ease. So off we go, and I'll speak to you again in a bit. Found another big rock, look. I've just wandered over the brow of that hill, and now I found this next path here. Now that's one of has at some point been an access road for the mills. You should go up to that first one up there, hopefully at some point we'll be able to pick up the nice gravel roads that join the windmills, and then it'll be easier going for a bit. But yeah, so we're going to say goodbye to the Duddon estuary there, and we're going to start wending our way back up the hill again, because it's always the problem with going downhill, is that what goes down must go up. You understand, mate. As paths go, this one is all right. This is all open access land around here, along the top of Kirkby Moor. So even though this isn't a footpath, there are lots of footpaths that do crisscross this, which I mean legal footpaths. This is not, but I can come up here anyway. Just open access land and wander where I want, as long as I'm careful and not doing any damage. It's uphill, can you tell? So we've survived the climb up that bit. Excuse me. Lungs still aren't at 100%. There we are, there's the Duddon. It's just a bit clearer. I don't know if you can actually see it. Let me zoom in a bit, maybe. There's the Duddon estuary. Looks like the tide's in at the moment. Down in that direction. Eventually Barrow-in-Furness just around the corner. That's Millom sticking out at the other side. We're sort of getting onto the top of the hills now, approaching the first windmill. Phew, only baby windmills these ones, but they've been here a long time. But, I like windmills, but I have to say I'm not very keen on walking under the line of the blades as they spin round. My imagination is too good, imagining little bits coming off the ends, impaling you. Not today. Oh, here we go, under the first one. Can you hear it? Ends of those blades going very fast. Ooh. Now logically I know it's way above the top of my head, but it's right up there right now. If I don't come back and you never see this video, you know what got me. Well, we've made it past the first one. Now we're on to better tracks up here. Birdie trying to distract me. And that direction, you can see the one closer to us. Just to the right, there's one not doing very much. Behind that is the top of the moor here. I think. Or is it? No, top of the moor might be over there. No. Over there, that's where we came in. That's where the control station and the air radio mast are. That's the top. Making for the top. Wish me luck. Well, if you were paying attention earlier on and you're still listening now, you'd have heard me refer to the path I came up as the Kirkby Slate Road. There used to be lots of old slate mines up here, slate quarries, but it is still on this side. I don't know if you can see that through the mist. Home of Burlington Slate, which is one of those exciting holes in the ground that will produce slate for roofing and other things. Some very important buildings, I believe, have got this slate on the roof. Expensive stuff. And now we're following this nice hilltop motorway up towards the next thing, and it's starting to rain again. Lovely. Well, I didn't video much of that because it's fairly miserable out here. I am now on the last 100 yards up to the top of Grey Crags and the cairn there, and as you can see they've laid out the not quite red carpet for me. Must be planning on moving some machinery up here soon. Nice path for walking on, good and grippy. Nearly there. I'm going to feel good about this bit of the walk later on. Right now I'm thirsty. I didn't bring any water with me, and actually probably, despite the wet, warmer and lost more fluid than I think I have, but it's mostly downhill back to the car. Here we go, let's turn off here up to the cairn. Today is about beating the weather, beating myself, overcoming my natural laziness, Could easily have turned off back down the Slate Road back there. I didn't. I went past the end and I carried on. And any second now, whoa, up the last bit. Yay, there it is. The cairn. Top of Kirkby Moor. On a good day, fabulous view. Today, sweet FA. So, on that note, for a rain swept Cumbria. You can tell how good it is if I've got the flaps down on my hat. I'm going to call it that. That's it. Bob out. That's it from me. Stagger back down the hill now. Oh, like and subscribe if you got this far. You can hear that one rattling. I'm glad it's not very close.